Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where we haven't done anything crazy like call a robot to the witness stand, so shut up.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is not Witness, my name is Ponko. This is going well.
Yes, I realize that, but when you are at the witness stand, you are the witness.
No, I am not. I'm Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko. There we go. That's the Edgeworth we all know and love.
What an utterly inflexible little robot.
You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible, even a robot. You remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. The judge is on our side.
Alright, Ponko, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? Oh, you have questions. Hooray. What are your questions?
I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Meta 6. It was 7 years ago on the 7th of October around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Is this memory erased? Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab. We got it!
It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all.
This is great. I just knew Ponko must have seen something important. And this will in no way ever backfire, because that just doesn't happen. The murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. That's inexcusable. Yeah. The judge seems ready to adopt Ponko as another grandchild. Look, just go. It's in your favor. Go with it. So, little Ponko, do you think you can give us your testimony today? All right. What I saw. I went to the robotics lab about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. After I charged up, I was cleaning the room and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There is no data after that point. Well, it sounds like the defendant was without question at the scene. However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder.
No, I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Were you listening? What?
At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that this witness is still a machine. Being a robot's understanding and capacity to express itself are limited.
So what are you suggesting?
The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged and then later fell down.
Yeah.
Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child.
I was afraid of that. They don't, but sometimes I do. Look, my kid has knocked me over several times.
Yes, what this witness's statements are telling us is that the defendant stabbed the victim the murder weapon during this moment.
You're sitting there minding your own business, the next thing you know, there's just a 3-year-old trucking across the lane. Yep.
Before Miss Sykes hugged Dr. Sykes, did the two of them converse?
Yes, they did. They spoke to each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said. Athena is usually so quiet, so I was surprised.
They spoke very loudly. We can interpret this to mean they argued.
Not necessarily. We can't rule it out. I see. Murder after a heated argument, and the victim fell down. I agree that it does sound like a reasonable interpretation, but, however, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that. When I am recharging, I go into sleep mode, but I remember everything before that. I have very good memory.
You may as well admit defeat now, right? A cross-examination would be useless.
Don't be ridiculous. A cross-examination is never useless.
Until now. Think about it. Robots don't lie. And this robot is both an important witness and a valuable evidence at the same time.
Nevertheless, I will have my cross-examination.
I see you haven't changed. You never were one to worry about wasting time.
Very well, yeah, even if it may be a waste of time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright. I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be. All right. Okay. Tell me more about that. Your regular recharge. What is that exactly? It's a regular recharge. I have to refill my battery's power or else I'll stop working. I go to the lab to do that. Okay.
So that recharge occurred around 2 p.m. around the time of the murder.
That's right. I go every day at 2 p.m. To charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. Okay. Hugged her, huh? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. You said the two of them were talking before Miss Sykes hugged her mother, is that right? Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying. Couldn't tell? Even though they were speaking so loudly? I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
If it listened to every voice, it would be a little better than a mobile eavesdropper.
That explains why some of Panko's testimony is so vague.
It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Sykes was killed. No, then what happened after that?
The Mommy Metis fell down. After that I was charging, so I don't know anything. I don't want to delve too deeply here, but... Could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted at this moment? Mommy Metis was very surprised when she was hugged. I heard her heart pound. Crap. Her heart.
Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about this document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have a heartbeat detection system.
Now that he mentions it, I do remember reading something like that there. They detect the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. But wait a minute. That means if Dr. Sykes really did die at this moment... Panko, how was Dr. Sykes after she fell down? Could you still hear the sound of her heartbeat? Let's see, the moment she fell, her heart was pounding. After that, I don't know. I started recharging just then. Oh, the unlucky timing. If you had heard anything after that, it could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder. I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm very sorry.
The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped. But it does appear it detected an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing.
What? Ugh. After Mommy Metis's heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room. The workbench, huh? Panko must be talking about the table to the right of where the giant robot is now! That helps! Is there something critical in Panko's statement just now? Yes, there is. Your Honor, I believe this statement is critical. I'd like it added to her testimony. Very well, Panko, could you please add that statement to your testimony? That's a good little girl. Near the round window on the workbench side of the room. Let's see, there are 2 round windows in the robotics lab. Which one did you mean? The one on the right, near the hanging scroll. The hanging scroll was Mommy Metis's prized possession. Okay, in the picture of the crime scene from 7 years ago, there's definitely a hanging scroll and a Japanese theater mask hanging on the workbench side wall. There's just a problem with this statement? Yes. Alright, hold on. Hold on, go back. Where's our picture of the murder? That's the opposite side, right? Objection! Panko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough. I was helpful. Hooray! I'm so happy. Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However, her body was discovered on the operating table. The operating table and the workbench are 2 different locations. Good job, Your Honor. Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the 2 very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. The defendant moved the body... No, wait. No, I don't want that. The victim moved. An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult, so the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself. In other words, what Panko observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder. Got him. Ooh, I am very relieved to hear that. Glad to know the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponko here. Instead was done in front of an 11-year-old girl whose mother was killed. Yes, as we just heard in the testimony, Miss Sykes hugged her mother, nothing more. Don't start with me. Don't.
Right. It's been 8 years, but you're still just as green as ever.
Green? But I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything about a blue suit. Except for maybe that gray number he had. Hey, blue's my favorite color, what can I say?
The defendant couldn't move the body herself. She could have had it moved for her.
Yeah. Move for her, but Miss Sykes and Dr. Sykes are the only ones there.
I agree, since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude that the defendant and the victim were the only ones present.
Then who do you suggest move the body?
Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? Miss Panko, allow me to ask you a question.
Rude. My name is Ponko. Say it with me, Ponko.
I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Sykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table?
Yes, I did. Athena asked me to. I'm out. It's unwinnable. Ponko, you're a traitor. Athena asked you to. What did you move, little Ponko? I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it. That's fine. ID tag, you say? Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what a thing is. That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Yeah, they have recognized people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. Yeah, we're fine. We're good. All good.
So it would appear that Miss Panko here can't identify what she moved.
My name is Ponko.
But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not?
We do. Yes, I knew all along.
Well, I do at very least. Miss Panko, on the defendant's command, move the body onto the operating table.
Ah! Ponko, did you really move Dr. Sykes' body? This is really important. Isn't there any way you could tell? I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell.
Give it up, Wright. If the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detection system would be useless.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I got this.
Furthermore, Dr. Sykes usually wore her white coat while she was working. She kept the jacket with her ID tag on it, draped over a chair in the robotics lab.
Crap. As I was saying, we're boned.
Only wore it for special occasions. In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time.
Can you give us a weight, Ponko?
From the robot's point of view, her body was just simply another object.
But Ponko is equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Sykes. But she didn't, so that means... yeah, that's kind of a weak.
The face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that matter. With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't have been able to tell it was Dr. Sykes.
He's right.
To summarize, Miss Sykes stabbed her mother near the workbench, then using the robot, she moved the body to the table where she removed the sword and was stained in blood.
I can refute that easily. But if that's the case, then I have a question. Why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place?
You want a reason? Very well.
What? You can't possibly have an explanation.
Your emotions blind you to the truth. You could learn a lot from our robot friends. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature?
I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there. Isn't that right?
That's right, and to the defendant, who was just a child at the time, the table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds.
Crap. But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. Oh. You can't possibly be suggesting.
This young sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people.
Take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. I thought machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild. Come on. No way. I refuse to believe it.
Miss Sykes made a childish, naive, and cruel mistake. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, if you're about to claim what I think you are, I demand you word it as delicately as you can.
With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table.
Hold it!
No, don't say another word, just stop.
Was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime.
That can't be. It can't be true. No, I think it's the opposite, actually. I think Ponko did move the body, moved it to the operating table so that Athena could fix her. Okay. Okay, hold on. That would explain a lot, actually. That would explain the blood on Ponko's arm. I wonder, okay, so I was looking at this, and I'm looking at all those tools up there, right? Okay, but the sword had already gone in at that point. So maybe it wasn't the sword. Hold on, there's something here. We have something. We're on to a breakthrough. So Ponko moved the body. Athena had asked Ponko to move it. She already died. No, because it said death was instant. I don't know then. What happened? Doesn't add up. The more I think about it, the less this adds up. But I can see it. I can see Ponko moving the body. Ponko moves the body. Athena assumes that will fix her mom. But her mom's already dead at that point. Katana, a victim's staff jacket, and a cart were found nearby. So the jacket was there. Edgeworth. She was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing?
Horrible. Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came to here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth, no more, no less.
He's got to know that's not the truth, though.
My theory is simply the result of a rational consideration of every possibility.
I'm sorry, I don't think he believes that. I think we have to work through this, though. But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Sykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her.
I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah. What do you mean?
After murdering her mother, Miss Sykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did not want to make it appear as if it had never happened. That's why she tried to repair her mother. Yes, that's one possible explanation.
But, yeah, you realize it doesn't help you.
But we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant. The body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged.
Nope. Was she... It does... Alright, I just need to look at the autopsy report. Instant death. To a stab wound to the heart. I don't think she killed herself. Something's wrong here. This just can't be true. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claim? Evidence? Right. Let's see. I can't think of any. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. I have conjectured, hearsay. Those are kinds of evidence.
Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned the truth isn't always pretty.
Yeah, but you know this is wrong. But I think he's making us work through it because we need to.
No, accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother.
That's not the truth.
Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough.
No, I don't get it. What a terrible and tragic conclusion. If the defense has no counter-argument, I see no need to further prolong this trial. Why is he calling it to an end, though? Edgeworth's argument seems solid enough, but there's no way Athena could have ever done something like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. Surprise witness. Can we at least call the defendant to the stand? Oh, thank you, Blackwell. Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't have me killed. You are chained, right? This is quite the farce you're conducting here. I could die from laughter.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Could this be the miracle I need? What is Prosecutor Blackwell trying to pull here? 7 years, for 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and I don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness I will take to the stand, and I won't take no for an answer. Of course, Prosecutor Blackwell, please go ahead and don't murder any of us, please. Especially me. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. Lie? But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. True. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. True? And then I committed the act. Ah, how cathartic it was. False. A little Pongo here witnessed the victim falling, in other words. I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened. Which would be? She fell means she fell, merely that. A mother and child fooling around. Perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters, when I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course, meaning she must have left the room. So the murder occurred after the time period Pongo described in her testimony. You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something?
Athena was always tinkering with robots at the operating table to amuse herself. She always had Pongo move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Pongo moved a heavy robot for Athena. That sounds like a lie. This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet it's all lies.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you trying even now to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize we could bring the dark age of the law to a close today?
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down into hell? So he didn't do it, and he's trying to protect Athena. No wonder people like him. Prosecutor Blackwell's execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over. Are you saying that the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder? That's right, so let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx. Don't you dare judge. Don't forget, I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her? Miss Blackwell. Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, then present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor?
Blackwell, you selfish, selfless, wait, I don't forget which one you are.
Well, to be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict. Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago? Objection! I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. No, I can't tell her. How can I lie to Athena? If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I can't let this happen, but I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'd like to cross-examine the witness. I'm assuming Aura. Oh, Athena. Athena, what are you feeling okay? I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. If he really is, I could sure use Athena's help here. Her power might be just the thing to get us through this. Don't you start objecting me. Sexy dono, no need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent. These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know. What are you talking about? Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. Believe that. Gotta get there. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me. Nah. Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. Feeling so helpless. Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now. And yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and become a lawyer. Thanks, that's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. Couldn't give up. Exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. Yep, we saw that. The day has finally come, the day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. Miss Sykes, you realize what it would mean? You are the accused, after all. If you prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent, then... The only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. The chance to shake off this fear that's been with me for 7 years and to face the truth. Athena's being so brave confronting her past like this. This might really be the last chance to save them both. And we'll look into that in the next episode. I have some theories. I still have no idea who actually killed Athena's mom. Completely no idea. I'm assuming there's got to be more to this, right? So maybe we just haven't met them? I can't imagine, because if they introduce a new character, then it becomes kind of obvious, right? So it's got to be someone we met. I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to finding out. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.